Hello Aero Comedy Training guest. I'm going to show you now how to create a brand new account so that you can become a comedian on our platform. So the first thing you're going to do is click on create an account, and then you will click on sign up, and you'll put in your email address and chosen password, and then click the sign up button. From there, what will happen is you'll receive a couple of automated emails. Simply follow those email instructions and that'll bring you back to the home page. So once you're back here, if you haven't stayed logged in, you'll click on log in and then you'll log in again. So I'm going to log back in and click login. Alright, so we're going to go to that step of creating an account now that I've logged in. And it's going to say welcome to our site. If this is the first time you're seeing this message, check your welcome email and verify all that information. So I'm going to skip this reading it, but I'm going to proceed to membership form. Now the first thing you're going to need to do is tell us what type of membership that you're desiring to have on our platform. The default setting for everybody is general audience member. If you're a comic and you'd like to invite some of your friends and relatives and co-workers to look at your work, they're going to register as a guest of a comic. Now you happen to be registering for a comic, so I'm going to walk you through that process. By the way, the description of all of these various categories are down here. The one you're going to want to read through is the comics and understand that procedure. But we're going to skip right to the click here button. And what that'll do is take us into the My Account Manager page. Now by default, whatever email address you used, mine would have been Jim would be the default URL. I changed that to The Red Mile. I also put in my name, The Red, and then Mile, and I put in my email address down here and phone number. As well, I'm allowed to edit this information. So when I first created it, it said Jim. I updated it to The Red Mile. I also clicked on the placeholder in order to pull in a logo or a face picture of myself, and then I click save, and that's how I get back to this default window. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is request a membership type. So take some time to read through all of this to understand what the platform does. But what we're going to do ultimately is click on Google Forms, and then we're going to put in our email address. And I'm going to put in my name. And I'm going to put in a phone number. I have several options to choose from. I'm registering as a comic, so I'm going to click on the comic button, and then I'm going to click next. Then I will click on new if this is the first time you're coming to the platform and creating a profile and you've never performed with Aero Comedy Training in the past. Choose new. If you've previously performed but haven't created a profile on the platform, then choose alumni. And then you're going to click on submit. Sometimes it'll pop up and ask you to fill in one of these automated systems. So we're going to skip this because we don't see any stairs in there. And we're going to click on all the buttons that show fire hydrant in this case. Verify. Alright, so that form has now been sent to the back office. When I receive that, I will then know to code the settings in the back office so that you can have access to the various comedy pages for managing a comic profile. Alright. Next thing you're going to do is read through this, creating and managing your account, and allow up to 24 hours for me to make those settings in the back office so that you can manage everything. Read through this, it'll explain a little bit more detail, but ultimately we're going to click on My Comic Profile either in this box here or in the drop down menu at the top. So when you return within 24 hours, you can click on My Comic Profile, and that'll take you to a new page. Now if you scroll down, you'll notice that a lot of these things, none of them can be edited just yet. That's because the record has not been created in the database. So the first thing we need to do is create a record in the database that you can manage. So what we're going to do is click on Submit Comic Profile. That'll take us to this page, and we're only going to do this one time. Alright, so I'm going to put in here as if my name is Red Mile, and we'll put in a phone number. This email address will be the same in this case, but it could be different. If you choose to have a different email that shows publicly than the one that you use to log in with, you have that option. I can put a website in here right now, which I will do. HTTP, make sure you put that in front, :/ and then the website. You can specify a password that will be required for your guests to view and download your video once you've had it created. So we will do that. We'll just put in a password here. I have an option as well to upload a logo, so I'm going to go ahead and select that, and you'll navigate through your hard drive looking for the image that you wish. In this case I have a square logo. You should try to use a square logo in this case. And I'm also going to upload a mugshot of myself. So find a nice picture and then upload that as well. Finally, if you choose, you can start to create your biography in there, which I will do. I've already got it in a text file, so for time purposes I'm going to just simply paste it in here. And you notice in here it says allow 24 hours for us to flip the switches. Okay, all we're going to do now is hit submit, and that will upload all that data including the pictures, and it says successfully that we have added you to the database. Alright, so once that has been set in the back office, give us 24 hours to do that, you can come back to your login and go down to My Comic Profile. Now I've already coded myself in the system, so you'll be able to see that that database record has now been created, and if I click on these boxes I can now edit that information if I choose to. Notice my password does show up there. If you want to change that password, you'll have to submit a form right here requesting me to change that, because what I essentially do is code a password on a protected OneDrive folder that you would have access to and any of your guests once you reveal that password. So to change that, you'll need to submit a request, and I'll fill that in, take that information and change the password on that link. Okay, now once that has been properly coded in the back office, which I'm going to do right now because we want to show this to you in live time. Actually, no, I won't do that just yet. You're going to flip this switch here. Would you like to show your profile in the public comics index visible to all logged in members? Click that to toggle, and you can click on that comics index to see what that's going to look like. I'm going to open it in a new tab, but what you'll notice is that that profile is not in here just yet. So what I need to do is update that, and on my side I'm going to have to, as the administrator, make some changes in the back office so that that record is now editable. So I'm going to take a second to do that. Okay, I just have to code this properly. And now, when I go back to this page and refresh this page, now you can see my entry is right in there. It does appear. If I don't want that entry to appear anymore as a comic, I can simply go back and manage my viewing settings anytime right there. Click Update Profile. When I refresh that page, you'll see that I no longer display. So you have full control over whether to allow your profile to be publicly visible or not. I'm going to turn it back on just by toggling that and click Update. Now, a couple other features on this page to be aware of is view my archived performances. So in about 2 to 4 weeks after we've filmed your presentation and spliced it up into individual comedic performances, we will load it on a database on a different platform called Teachable. And you'll be able to view it just by clicking this button once we've coded you and created a profile on that platform. You can go ahead and determine right now whether you'd like to have your performance available publicly or privately. If you set it to on, that means people will be able to look at your material without having to subscribe to that course. It's called a course. If you don't want that to be publicly available but they need a private link, leave it off. So we'll leave it off for now. Down here, if you choose to, like I said, change your password, you're going to have to click on there to request a change. Again, your archive performances will be available on that button. And once we've created the archive on a OneDrive folder, only yourself will be able to download that link right from here and archive the videos to your own platform. On this side, once we've received your release form allowing us to film you and display it on the internet on these various platforms, that switch will be coded by us and will be turned green. If you don't have a release form yet, you can download a recent copy of it right there, sign it, print it off, sign it, fill it in, and then load it back up to the platform by clicking on the upload form. We will set the release date that expires. Typically it's 1 year from the date of performance, and you can extend that out by choosing a date on the calendar setting right down here. Once you're fully completed on the course and finish the event, click on the feedback form. We'd love to hear back from you on your experience in this. Simply fill in your email address, your name, phone number, click next, and there's a few little questions down there that you can answer for us. And that'll help us improve the course for the next comic. Okay, so that's pretty much the process of creating a new comic profile. Just one other thing to take a look at here is the My Social profile. This is something very similar to a social media platform where you can upload video and audio and pictures and make commentary and post information in the public forum. And there's no forum post yet, but if you click on forum, other members that may have started a discussion of some kind would show up in here, and you can view other members in this platform, including yourself. So there's my profile. It does show up in here. If I no longer want to have that publicly available, I can leave the community and I can always rejoin it using the same procedure, but we're going to leave it on for the moment. But that's the social profile. If you decide you want to become a sponsor, or you have a company that has some donations you'd like to make, you can do the same process by filling in a sponsor profile. And again, my account allows you to manage all the fine details of your contact information. If you have any need for an audio tutorial on various pages over time here, we will be adding audio tutorials. You'll just click on that to start listening to the message about this particular page. But that is the entire process of creating a new comic profile and managing it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please get back to us and let us know.